Hello and welcome back to another episode of Destiny Decides What We Draw. I apologise that even though this is only episode 2, it was late because unfortunately my health, which has been quite up and down, was on a down. I'm feeling a bit better today. I'm hoping I can at least manage the 20 minutes that we do for the drawing. If you don't know, this is a recurring little segment that I decided to make where we literally draw, no pressure, no worries, about a topic that I pick at random from this jar. They're all things that I wrote myself, mostly sort of animals, different aspects of anatomy, things like that. So let's see what today's is, and I will then be timing myself for 20 minutes and just drawing whatever I manage to draw in 20 minutes and seeing what happens. You can either, of course, draw along or simply watch this as just a background video. I do a little voiceover as well. Okay, just as I'm drawing. Okay, right. So you might think, oh dear, not the artist nemesis hands. But on the plus side, this will be a bit easier on my eyes because I won't have to look at a screen. I can just look on my own hands. So let's do that. Why are hands so hard? It's a confusing thing. Right, let's just, again, we're just gonna go for it. I've got a 6B pencil and let's just draw my hand. I might do a bit of negative space first, actually. Negative space is where you don't draw, you deliberately try and not draw a line. You're just trying to look at, like, what is outside. I'm looking at this space here, the shape of this space. I'm gonna start with this just to, like, feel a bit of less pressure. So I'm just looking at the lines. I want to say now, I am bad at drawing hands, okay? Much like many people. I should have put horses in the jar because that would have been maybe I will just for the laughs, because horses are another thing. Why are they so hard to draw? They're so weirdly shaped. So we're sort of creating like a ghostly hand that kind of doesn't exist. To be clear, when you're doing negative space, it's helpful to not think of it as like drawing an outline, because essentially that's just the same thing you'd normally do, right? You're not trying to draw a line. You're trying to look at the gap. Like, what is the shape of that gap? There's like a V there. I can see that V. And how am I going to draw it? I'm going to... Yeah. Oh, I've missed drawing so much. It's really nice to draw. Do you know what? That isn't actually that bad. What is it that gets into me when I'm doing these? I say this now, and let's not get too eager because there's going to be some terrible drawings in this series, I feel, and that's the whole point. Draw badly. I might just leave it like that, just because I feel we've got a shadowy atmosphere there. It's something to start with, isn't it? I also think what's cool when you can reference your own hands is you can do like any pose you want. You know, you can think, okay, I want to draw someone holding a pencil, how would I do that? Obviously it's hard when you're always drawing your non-dominant hand, but you can draw with your non-dominant hand as well, which is quite a fun thing to do. So what if I did like kind of a bit of a leaning like that almost? Okay, we're gonna draw the line now. I think part of the reason hands are hard is because there's so many things in relation to each other. Like, you might get one part of it right, but then do you draw the other bit high enough and the other bit low enough, and how does it look in relation to the next finger along and all that kind of thing? It's like the way you have to draw these like interlocking things. I was going to say, is a finger a limb? Is it a limb? I'm not sure. when I draw my characters, I actually never draw hands like, what's the word, like more realistically. I tend to just draw like I don't draw nails or anything is what I'm saying. I tend to create a fairly vague idea. Which I might do one like that now. Once we've had a go. It's like this as well, you know, so you've got a finger curving away. How do you do the... It's like, oh, I've not started the timer. Wait, let's look. It's been 4 minutes. Right. So we'll do another 15 minutes. Okay, see, I've lost the pose now. Great idea, Sam. It's fine, it's fine. See, you can feel I've lost some of the shape here because it just doesn't quite match up. Maybe that finger looks too small because it's going away. See, I hate nails. I don't like the look of nails on hands when I draw them. Oh dear, that's not good. The thumb is sometimes the hardest bit, I think. It's not worked very well, has it? Okay, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Because you see, like, how I would normally draw hands in my styles, I draw it a lot more simply, like, I tend to start with a thing like this and I draw, like, I'm still going to probably do it badly now. And I am. But this is quite a good example. I do quite long fingers sometimes. It's kind of become a bit of a thing, I think. But yeah, I tend to do that. I almost think of them kind of like marionette hands. I don't... like they're made of wood. I have got a wooden hand somewhere, but it's broken. Here it is. But I lost the thumb off it. It broke. But we could use this for some of the drawing. But yeah, you know, you can do kind of fun angles with this. Ooh, it was spooky that, doesn't it? Like, I don't know. This is quite, I would find these are quite helpful tools when you can't, you're struggling to visualise it, and obviously it's on like a hand, you can't. I'm still not doing very well here though. It's okay, it's okay. And then like I say, I've got no thumb on it, but I'm guessing that would be there somewhere. The thumb look like, I don't know. When you're doing sketches like this, don't be afraid to like draw drawings over each other as well. I often feel like there's nothing wrong with drawing like loads of hands on the same sheet of paper. Shall I do now? Maybe like that kind of thing, like your hands resting on its side. Am I covering it up? Sorry. Hands are something like you end up drawing a lot in comic making, so they are quite a helpful thing to practice and to get the idea of like how they work, shapes, because they are complicated. They're a hard part of the body to get your head around. See, you can see already when I'm looking at my hand, my thumb was basically almost covering there, but when I've drawn it, it hasn't matched there. So obviously I've not quite got the distances right. Hands are fun to draw though, I think. About like the palm of your hand. Sometimes we don't think to draw the hand this way. I'm gonna maybe go for slightly more angular lines here. Sometimes I find that helpful to actually like deliberately do more straight lines with things. Sometimes that really helps me. When I'm drawing people, I feel a bit drawn to that. Although sometimes it can go the other way because I feel that my people can become quite stiff. I really need to work on movement. Probably need to do some life drawing or something. Get more used to that. I see it can start to get a bit confusing when you're drawing over each other. But I just think like when you're practicing, sometimes drawing over other drawings can remind you that it's just for practice. It's nothing to put on the wall or worry about or do loads of stuff about. Is anyone a palm reader? Do you want to read my palm while we're at this? I think I have a pretty weird lifeline, I believe. Please, nobody tell me some dark fate thing. Not too bad, actually. It's funny how I started really angular, but then I actually got quite soft around this side with the lines. And then I might just do like a smaller one over here. This is closer to how I would draw hands, like, yeah, in my books and stuff, in my illustrations. Looks a bit like a rubber glove, that one, doesn't it? I think I might get a new sheet, because I would just like, I think my final attempts to be, let's use this paper that I happened to find on the floor. Maybe pencil, maybe with a pencil in my hand, that'd be quite nice. So what would a pencil be? Oh, we're a bit dark, Oh, are we? Where are we? No? Yeah. So, I'm going to draw that. This is quite a nice paper for sketching on. Drawing like anatomy in hands, it's a lot of like, where are things in relation to other things? How long is that? How short is that? It's like, it's a quite hard, it's precise, you know, it's hard. Like, yeah, that isn't as high, like that's a bit higher than I expected, for example. And then we're going to do the pencil. Just thinking, would it be fun to do a pencil in a different colour? Like green, seeing as it's green. And that's not sharp at all. Come on, people. I had some, oh no, there's a bit there. Do I have a sharp and a pencil? No. It's okay, right, it has enough, we can still make it work. Because as well, you're then drawing this very uniform object with a very like ununiform thing of your hands. I think hands are one of those things you avoid, and yet I actually quite enjoy it when I'm drawing them. I know that I'm not doing very well often when I'm drawing them, but I know I'm always learning something. They're actually almost like a puzzle. I say this a lot about art. I think a lot of art is like a puzzle and problem solving, but in a really fun way. Not in a like way to make it sound boring, I don't know. In a good way. It's like really organic problem solving. And your brain just loves it, I think. See, like, probably not gonna draw the nail because I don't. Or should I? It feels a bit strange without a nail, this one, because it's more realistic. That person could have lost their nail, and then it's perfectly realistic. I was once in that situation. I don't want to tell this story because honestly, people never believe me. I have whole friends. It divides people that I know who believe me, but I once, when I was a kid, I had my finger injured really badly. And people don't believe me because they don't believe that it healed. Yeah. Actually a 2B pencil, which I would never draw with. I only have those to write with, but so I must have been writing if I'm... It's like, do you want to do all the details? But sometimes that could be nice, like really little details alongside something more like undetailed or like natural looking. It'd be easier to obviously like turn this around, but I obviously could have stuck it to the board. I generally use this board a lot, but it's also been a bit easier for me so I don't have to lean down because I feel quite unwell when I have to lean down. But I often use this drawing board, I really like it. I like drawing at an angle like this. It just feels a bit more... I like both though. I can also really enjoy just drawing flat. I do think drawing flat, when you want to like put a lot of like emotion into a drawing, like you want to really get in there, I don't know, it's a bit easier than on here, but then this is still pretty solid. You can definitely... I really like a hard surface as well, I've said this before. I might add a bit of an extra like texture to the clothing here. I don't draw shadows very often because I don't put shadows in my work that much. I'm more of like, when I do colouring I prefer like flat colouring, so it kind of feels a bit more like animation, I don't know, or some forms of animation. Yeah, quite pleased with that. I think we're about there. Yeah, I might do that as my last little drawing. But obviously there's plenty of room to carry on with that if I wanted to. Yeah. So yeah, just a more simple one today. I hope that's okay. I mean, that is the nature of this anyway, but my capacity was a bit lower today and I was just in the mood to really just sketch and just look at my hands and think about what I was learning. And you know, with hands it's something that I feel you have to do time and time again to learn more about how they work. So I just did, you know, that big sheet, and then I just did this one simple drawing of one you know, drawing of the hand. I quite liked adding the green. I think that's a nice example of like sometimes you just go, that would be a cool idea, and you just go for it. And yeah, I quite liked that element of adding in a different colour. Yeah, enjoyed that one. So yeah, hands are pretty difficult, don't be put off. Just give it a go, just look at your hand, see what you can learn. Even if you can only get a vague idea this time, don't worry. And hopefully I will see you next time for more drawing and more just giving it a go. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.